It's a mechanical boy. Na 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 na. Every time, everyone wants to know. Ok, we back. Ah, direttamente nella cutscene. No, non devo rivedere tutto però. Everyone wants away. Ok, abbiamo aggiustato il width. Siamo tornati allo stesso punto di prima. Vediamo, vediamo. Circa. Se non parlassero così tanto, siamo tornati allo stesso punto di prima. Sempre loro bellissimi che hanno lo stesso fiocchettino. Ok, andranno in giro insieme. Vuoi essere mio amico, saremo amici. E poi gli compare la vision. La vision? Quindi abbiamo assistito per la prima volta a qualcuno che tiene una visione. Ma tutto ciò, lei sarà giocabile? E adesso può fare questo viaggio per distruggere i remnants del withering. Cioè, sembra che non c'ho il collo. Non c'ho... Ah, il collo. Ok, ok, ok. E ho bisogno di rattignare dei miei piani di viaggio. Grazie Paimon, Arana, e grazie a me. Grazie Golden Nara. Arana ha perso le sue memorie, ma Arana sa che sei un buon Nara. Ha aiutato Arana a incontrare Narana. Arana e Seppi. Ok. Why not? Oh, sure. Take care. Oh, che carini! Vedi, secondo me questo Aranara è un compagno più simpatico di Paimon. Perché Lumina ce lo sguardo un po' a me? Do not yell into the wind or the rain. Do not yell to the winter snow or the summer heat. Hear this poem once. Sono certa che ci incontreremo un altro giorno. E probabilmente lei tornerà con un vestito molto più appariscente perché adesso, dato che c'è una visione, deve vestirsi in modo appariscente e non da NPC. Vedremo sicuramente in futuro. Ok. Let's go. La ghirlanda. Abbiamo anche i foglietti. Cioè, c'è un po' di difficoltà a passare qua dentro. E quindi è finita la missione degli Aranara? Ah, abbiamo finito la missione degli Aranara, è incredibile! Non ci credo. Pensavo durasse mille ore ancora. Buono! Dai! Fico, fico. And then... Ragnacca. Wow. Non ci credo che ha una fine questa missione, me l'aspettavo all'infinito. Fico però. Troviamo la reputazione alzata a Sumero e in più possiamo anche andare a comprare la ricetta della... Come si chiama? Vabbè, ma avete capito. Era di qua? La ricetta dell'arma nuova. Anche se non abbiamo il coso per l'arma nuova. Comunque immagino che ci sia scaramucce da affrontare. Come boss settimanale. Scaramucchia. E questo. Ok, ce l'abbiamo tutti adesso. Grazie, pupo. Oh. Put the stuff in your hand. Che non è una staffa, è un cucchiaio. Però cresce. Abbiamo un altro achievement. Ok. Allora, adesso andiamo a Caravan Revat, perché finalmente andiamo a Caravan Revat. Vediamo. I need some water. Water is what I need. Need some water, water is what I need. Comunque ragazzi, ci siete di nuovo? Oppure no? I'm sad now. È saltata. If you share with me your water. No! Perché? Oddio, continua in quel modo la canzone. Sai che non l'ho mai capito che diceva. C'ho un problema. I'll show you with my story qua. What? Allora, siamo a Caravan arrivati, anche se... Perché si è arrampicato? Io non share la mia acqua. Ciao! Ah, lui è di Liwe. Cattiva, I'm sorry. This is my water. E tutto ciò dov'è che dobbiamo andare? Avventuriera. Ah, ok, ero dall'altro lato. Dobbiamo arrivarci da qui, ma io ho fatto il giro opposto, ovviamente. Beh, questo è il seguito della storia, questo Archon quest'altra volta.
It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh?
Poi, ma perché urli così tanto, mio Dio?
Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel.
E tra l'altro non è lo stesso albero che abbiamo visto prima.
Sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
It's impressive.
Enough talking. Come on, follow me.
Ma scusami. It's back.
Over here.
E corriamo. E quella ci sta spiando, eh. Ci stava guardando e poi ha discosto lo sguardo. Ciccia. Tu che vuoi? Cosa sei? Chi sei? Questa sta facendo una ricerca, però mi preoccupa questa cosa, dato che stiamo scappando dall'accademia, da dottore, eccetera, eccetera. Dove è andato Alataim? Forse adesso riesco a concentrarmi su di lui, dato che non c'è la musica di Portosmos. Hello? La faccio io nel caso la musica di Portosmos. Ecco, niente, si corre. Ci stanno ancora inseguendo, merda!
What the?
Ma pure gli nemici. Ah sì, no, era pure prima.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
Perché mi hai chiamato Traveler?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Nah. Tanto li facciamo neri.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors.
E allora perché ci stai aiutando?
All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across.
È colpa
It's a
tua?
habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, I'll hate
Madonna, fate zittire Paimon. Ma quanto è alto l'audio lì del... Vedo il verde che schizza.
Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia?
Sì, ma tra l'altro sai qualcosa del casino col dottore?
That you're here to take us back on their orders.
Se c'hai... Perché è stupido?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it.
Non è colpa
However,
mia.
had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You...
I have no interest in running errands for that project.
Ok, quindi non sa
As a
niente.
scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy.
Okay.
And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Oh. Aggiungiamo anche lui nell'arema a sto punto, cioè, tanto l'ha detto, ci può aggiungere chiunque. Perché siamo tutti così, siamo sempre interessanti con le
Not
persone.
quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the
Interessante,
bottom
questa
of this,
teiera la
I
fissano
must
tutti.
understand how the capsule first came to be.
Scusa.
Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting.
Why?
The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time.
Ah sì, mi sono
To have
scordata di
that
queste
kind
cose.
of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Deve essere perché ero scioccata di sentire quelle parole di nuovo. Mondo e dimenticati di me.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Non posso condividerlo.
So that's your answer.
Ah,
Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your
mi
chest.
piace il fatto che Lumine stia meno espansiva, no? Si tenga di più le cose per sé e non si fidi del primo che
But that
capita.
does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right?
Merda.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
Oh, ti aggiungi a
That's
noi?
right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village.
Immaginavo.
It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Yeah.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
You know. Circa. Andiamo all'Aru Village. Ma a piedi o posso teletrasportarmici? Perché... Comunque sì, tecnicamente questo sembra tutto l'albero che è morto e è stato messo qua. Però se serve a evitare le tempeste di sabbia non so quanto sia realistica sta cosa. I don't know. Teletrasporto time. Comunque abbiamo assistito a una tizia che prende la vision. È fighissima sta cosa. Non ci ha fatto vedere niente dell'animazione, che è triste come al solito, però oh, è stato nuovo. Ed era un po' perplessa Lumina. Però è stato nuovo da vedere. Incontreremo la gnocca numero 1000.000.
the safe haven of the desert folk.
Ok.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Ok, si era un attimo buggato. Ma succede Ah! Wow! Belle animazioni, sai, no, che cacchio vuoi però? Perché ha attaccato noi e adesso attacca la time? Linea cinetica. È Spider-Man!
Sino.
Ok, dobbiamo...
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Ma lui ci ha attaccato, ma si è fermato per parlare. Ma scusa, fa il contrario. Cioè, capisco l'effetto sorpresa, è stato fighissimo, però combattete, dai, voglio vedere altro.
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
No, cavolo, è figo. Un po' mi sono pentita di non averlo pullato nel coso precedente, però dovevo prendere al vedo. Però è così figo il suo modello, mamma mia.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Ah,
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
ah, vogliamo provare?
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Sono entrambi sassi.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You
Sembra
seem to
giusto.
have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham,
Non è vero.
to the point of blocking an attack for him.
Ah, non stava attaccando noi. Io ero convinta che avesse attaccato a noi, non che l'avessimo difeso. È stato troppo veloce, non l'avevo capito.
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Ok.
I've been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Non mi
Has
fido di lui
Al-Haytham
così
done
tanto,
something
però.
wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things.
Ma perché?
Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out.
Ah, ce l'ha
The
ancora.
divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
Reaction will have consequences. Eh sì.
No wonder you
Mentito.
speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been
Chidini.
speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious?
La trama si
If I was the
infittisce.
real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Una missione dei saggi?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, traveler?
Ce la prendiamo noi.
Feels like we can't trust either of them.
Ahem.
E
Look at
vabbè.
you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia?
Ah, non è che... Non mica gli eremiti suoi sono seguiti, no?
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust!
Mhm.
You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure.
Ok, prendiamo i popcorn e li
Listen,
guardiamo mentre
I
si
know you
picchiano.
academic
Che
types
tanto.
love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village?
Strano che non è arrivato il guardiano dell'Aro Village,
Seems
perché
like
c'è lei.
someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
È una maestra che li sgrida.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Wash. Mi piace che il vento abbia il sottotitolo.
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm?
Sarà
Paimon's gonna get blown away!
la tipa con la luna?
Another sandstorm? What's up with these
Ah,
recent...
eccola.
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Ma stavamo discutendo.
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over
Stanno facendo una mossa, il vento è troppo forte, loro sono ferme. Non si riparano niente, il vento è normale nei vestiti,
That
vabbè.
sounded like Candace.
Ok.
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Vabbè. Tempesta di sabbia random, anche se c'avevamo comunque le rocce intorno, ma uno spiraglio c'è sempre. Poi una svolata, sì, infatti non sta volando via per sempre. Tra l'altro mo ho capito gli Archon will have consequences, che è la citazione a Life is Strange. Adesso siamo tutti seduti tranquilli, lui no. Che figo però! Tra l'altro quando è uscito il modellino 3D non avevo visto che c'ha i capelli lunghi fin qua. Sembrano più corti. Comunque anche a me sta antipatico, non è vero però.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
Cosa vuol dire vuoi giocare sardine?
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Ah, come mai?
My sincere apologies, everyone.
Che bella.
This is the home of our village chief.
Guarda come la guarda.
I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Anche questa doppiatrice ha un problema col microfono, però che figa.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon.
Candace
Thank you so
Nuss.
much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Penso di rimanere incastrati da un posto stretto. Ah!
All right.
Makes sense.
Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
C'ha proglia
If
però.
anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Ok.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
Che ha
Do I
fatto?
make myself clear?
All
Okay.
right, you got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Why?
Huh? Exile your...
A little while ago,
Uh-huh.
I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual
E come
progress.
vediamo?
As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Ok.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal
La
audit
sua voce non mi
request,
piace sul suo personaggio comunque.
but I soon found that all leads and potential
È
pieces of
troppo
incriminating evidence were
greve.
carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning.
Ah!
Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us.
Che figo.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
Ah, quindi non era d'accordo e se n'è andato
I
via.
believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way,
Questa è quella cosa
I
che
can no longer see
drittissima
nor
perché...
predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation.
Se deve aver scelta
There's no
sei
need
solo
for someone
via.
else to give me power or authority. Once I
Okay.
find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Oh,
Sino
ok.
seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages.
Forse per un motivo
Plus,
diverso.
now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Ok. Buonanotte, Ricky. Grazie per la compagnia. Vai, vai. Riesci a lavorare, cerca di dormire qualche ora. Buonanotte, notte, notte. Grazie, grazie mille.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
È vero, perché lui...
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler.
Che
Do you
stronzo!
dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Quindi sai, ci stavano guardando proprio dall'inizio.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
You bitch.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused.
Ah,
The sage told me,
tu per I soldi.
once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know.
Ah,
From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
quindi?
So, I
Ma perché
began my
stanno
own
così?
investigation
Sembrano...
following the lead of the
sembra il
divine
Team
knowledge
Rocket.
capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages.
Ah,
Had I been less guarded, I
io
probably
sono
would have
Jessie.
ended up
Io
like
sono
that Ainul
James.
Ahmar mercenary,
Paimon, proprio così.
incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
E per me?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything.
Ah, ok.
So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Quindi è stato tutta una... come si dice? Ah, perché mi vengono le parole oggi? Non me li dite. Un caso? Come si dice quando succede tutto per caso? Piace proprio a quelli di Genshin questa cosa sì. È già pronta la copia di incolla, sta a posto. Coincidenza, grazie. Ci credo, non denso.
Criminals do love to talk about
Oh,
coincidences.
fanculo, ha detto Sino 2 secondi dopo.
Even though I ran into the
Sai,
traveler
non
by
read my
chance,
mind.
I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
È abbastanza probare sull'innocenza?
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
Simo mi stava difendendo.
After all,
Tanto io non lo volevo
curiosity
prendere.
often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be
Vero.
well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the
Musica.
sages share any information about their project with you?
Che figo.
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your
Mexican
innocence,
standoff.
I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
Ok, e noi?
As you wish.
Si wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Ci stavano seguendo i
Oh,
tuoi?
sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out.
Ah, bellissimo.
My situation is pretty straightforward.
Oh,
My
Danny
employer,
Hazard.
Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru Village.
È
for a
un'altra
visit.
coincidenza,
I was
vabbè.
actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case,
She's so pretty.
welcome back, dear.
Oh, perché viene da qui?
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Oh, ship. Che cazzo è?
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Ok.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Perché lo offre lei il backup se siamo
Fighting in
noi
a
di solito?
sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted.
Ah.
Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
La sua voce continua a regalarmi qualcuno.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Capito? Parla tu con noi. Madonna, poveretti. Sono chiacchieroni come il pavimento. Credo che sia un insulto bello e buono. Non l'ho mai sentito così. Adesso c'è un melone lì. Disrespectful. È bello. Questa è la casa del sindaco. Ah, di prima. È molto carino. La musica è molto carina. Questa è la cucina. Quel forno. It's so pretty. Mi manca la mia coroncina comunque. Mi piaceva tanto. Sono stati venuti tutto questo tempo esatto. Non mi dimenticare che non ho più detto niente per ore. Oh, no. Per litigare sì, va benissimo parlare, tutto il resto no. Non voglio avere niente a che fare con te. Vabbè, prendo i cocchi qua, che sono noci in realtà. Ah, devo cambiare... No? Vieni con questo. Dove cazzo è? Io prendo un po' di legna. Mettiamoci lumine, che carino. Torniamo allo stesso punto di prima. Se si iniziano a picchiare di nuovo, guarda, li butto di sotto nell'acqua. Le creature nella tempesta di sabbia sono i lupi? Perché?
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
La sua stamina è qualcosa da fuori dal mondo.
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
Ok, un pungible.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action.
Flame Mane?
I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Ma io voglio vedere lei, perché devo fare tutto io? Che palle.
Stand with me!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Ha, brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Yeah!
Into the wind.
I'll settle this. Dissipate.
Did it.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
Bello l'abbiamo fatto tutto noi, gli altri
What we
guardavano.
fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Questo è il sindaco. Avrà 250 anni.
Who are you?
Ah,
Ma poi,
my
ma tipo...
apologies. I haven't had a chance to
Oh, è
greet you
io!
yet.
Ma che modi
I had
sono?
my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village.
Il sindaco.
Everyone usually...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
Pure.
According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Pure nel deserto quindi c'è effetto st'albero che marcisce.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Comunque, Lumine e... non mi ricordo come si chiama la tizia della luna qua. C'hanno la stessa capigliatura, solo che lei ce l'ha più definita e meno... meno scalata. Cioè, c'ha più netta lei.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's
Ma
present
soltanto a
state.
Sumeru, però.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how
Che vuoi,
Aru
sai, no?
village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the
Ah sì, c'è la
academia.
tizia dei fiori,
Most
l'abbiamo
of them are
incontrata.
scholars who lost their sanity
Ah,
after a period of training in the Avidia forest.
eh sì,
The
perché
academia
raggiungono la
believes that their
divinità.
crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So,
Ma dai.
they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously
no.
disappearing without a trace.
Se sono impazziti perché hanno incontrato la divinità, però abbiamo visto l'altra volta che quello là ha visto le visioni di Scaramuccio in realtà. Forse sono tutte comandati da Scaramouche? Oppure c'entra
But no one in
Dottore?
the village has ever seen them leave. If you're
Non so se
planning
sono
to stay around the
related,
village for the next
sono
few
legati
days,
nella missione, non
I'd
si sa.
appreciate it if you could keep an
I
eye.
don't know.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mi sta diventando molto antipatico alla... Scusate, sono Team Sino in questo caso. Tipo, Team Edward, Team Jacob, perché lui c'ha Nubi, in realtà non un lupo, però... Team Jacob.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will
Eccola.
eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Oh, who are
Is it
you?
because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
Ma è carino, poi... Hai lento a eliminarlo, esatto. That's why it's a great opportunity to watch him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates.
Welcome award, join request.
Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Va bene, sai, non tu quello che vuoi. Ok, è la tua vita però. Elsewhere, vabbè. Che bella la musica! Questi c'era l'acqua, vedi? Circa, se la beccavo.
Our bond is strong.
Sono entrambi stronzetti, sì, è vero. Però sai, non te lo dice in
Although I've
faccia.
sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Perché li chiami Village
One of
Keepers?
my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that.
Ok.
Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory.
Oh mio Dio, no.
Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night.
What?
Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed.
Figo, ma il suo
No
vestito
one
mi
was hurt.
distrae perché sembrano i tentacoli di un polpo che nuota verso l'alto, quindi fa e quelli fanno non so. E sono strani perché sono molto sparati lontano dal corpo, ok, per il vento, per evitare le collisioni, eccetera, però è strano.
After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness,
Nubi
and began
polpo,
to refer to them
no!
as the village keepers.
Ed esce direttamente da Cthulhu, cioè non lo so, me ne immagino una cosa che esce da Lovecraft, una roba del genere.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village?
Naida Power?
What do you make of it, traveler?
Ah,
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities.
che palle.
With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Strano. Invece di essere mezzo cane e mezzo umano è mezzo cane e mezzo polpo. Esatto, è stranissimo. Un polpo con la testa da è terribile.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
Carino.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Che figo, mi sta giudicando. Però c'è sto sguardo da figo. Lui mi piace molto di più di Aladime. Non so perché mi piacciono i nanetti in questo gioco.
So, what do you make of the story?
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Really?
Wow.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Perché? Oddio, quanto stupito. Sta credendo?
What? You don't
Ecco
believe us?
appunto.
Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
Dato che lui ha detto che è una persona del deserto, è nato del deserto, magari non crede tanto in Lesser Lord Kusanali. Cioè ci crede nella sua esistenza, però tecnicamente è uno del team Crimson... No, Scarlet King.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you.
Uh-huh.
I'm just struck by your reasoning.
Eh?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
Sì, però di nascosto.
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Sì, lo sappiamo.
They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
Ma povera.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Abbiamo salvato Sumeru un po'
I've
di tempo
spent
fa.
many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Oh, madonna, che palle.
Just know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Eh sì?
How can this be?
Oh.
To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's
All
our
right.
turn to put our skills to good use for this, but easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe
Ma
we can
perché
start
abbiamo
by
cambiato
knocking on some
discorso così a
doors.
caso?
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Ma che vuoi?
Huh? Who are you?
By the
Oh,
sounds
io
of it,
niente, poi vuoi continuare a
a
essere
resident of this
maleducata.
village.
Human Line Detector. Come
My name is Isaac.
Isaac?
You'll help me find my
The
grandpa,
Binding of
right?
Isaac? Non Isaac.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call...
In effetti, stiamo insultando tutti oggi.
The
va
person
bene.
you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa.
Oh,
He's my family.
qui ci sta who are you? Era molto random. Lo so, però sembra sempre che lo dici in modo per offendere. E tu che cazzo sei tipo così? Che vuoi? Quando sei uscito?
I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please,
Non è
you gotta
rispettosa.
take me with you. I want to find my grandpa.
Ah,
Ok.
so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house.
Ci stavano spiando.
I was planning to go out and take
Okay.
care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp
Veramente Spider-Man allora si
I
dice.
know. He's just a kid.
Non era solo la
All
posa
he
di
wants is
prima.
to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry, I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Va bene. Mi piacciono i capelli di Saino. Parliamo con Candace.
Grandma, is the Scarlet King really gonna come back from the dead?
Dove sta qua dentro? No? Dov'è che siamo entrati? Dove sta sopra? Sta sopra. Candace.
One with nature.
Credo servisse, basta per arrampicarsi qui. Candake. Ah, è dentro casa, ok. Ah, quindi ci si può entrare qui. Ah. Prima mi sa che non potevo. Ok, 3 hours later.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay
Oddio,
hidden.
cambiate il microfono a
I
questa
still
doppiatrice
noticed
però.
him eavesdropping outside the window.
Pure lei,
He
noi
really
non abbiamo
wants
visto
to get his
niente.
grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city.
Ah,
He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him
ci
so he
credo,
could
fa
survive.
freddo fuori, non ci uscirei manco io.
Later, an
Comunque
elderly
si chiama
mad
Frullino
scholar
per me.
arrived at the village.
Questo
Isak
possesso
thought
del
the
tappeto sulle
scholar bore
scale.
striking
È la
resemblance
sua
to his
cuccia.
grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, The scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly... So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" or
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was probably Naida. Ah. It must have suited the other med scholar as well. Dallo sguardo di Saino sulla sua faccia, probabilmente ha connesso I puntini anche lui.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Oh.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
Definitely no.
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
She's so blue. She's so blue. She's so beautiful. Quindi, cos'è che facciamo ora come ora?
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up! Let's go find your grandpa!
Really? Wow! Thank you so much! Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Oh! Capitolo 3, atto 3 completo. Io vado a vedere se c'è di nuovo Candace. Vediamo se c'è qualche linea di dialogo diverso. No, c'è il capo del villaggio. Ah, thanks for the reminder. Ok, mi ha dato qualcosa. Adventure experience, perfetto. Candace non c'è. Andiamo indietro. Non penso di fare... Non so quanto duri effettivamente, perché noi abbiamo fatto anche tutta la prima parte lì della torre, che era un'ora e mezza se non sbaglio. Questa è... Oh. Ah, hanno aperto Winchester. Non mi piacciono quei dungeon. Atto 4 del capitolo 3. Forse c'è anche un capitolo 4, mi sa. Sarà lungo.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots.
Ma perché?
They shouldn't go around eeting that kind of stuff.
Sono tutti funghi.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, ok.
Time to go.
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Oh, ok.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little... He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever...
Gotcha.
Ok, quindi Naida prende possesso molto spesso di sti tizi. Però almeno aiuta le persone a modo suo. Quindi dai, va bene. No, perché si deve riposare perennemente. Okidoki. Dov'è? Oh. Ah! Cazzo, dai. Jimbari. Jimbari.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently?
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak.
Ah, Jabari, avevo letto
Oh,
Jimbari.
your grandpa. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them.
Poveri.
And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make
Ma chi se ne frega?
Thank you.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you.
Grazie.
I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by any...
Wow, okay.
Huh?
Che è successo, Simon?
Don't say anything for now.
Che bello sguardo di intesa. Scusate, sai, mi sta piacendo, scusate.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Ok, non avevo già iniziato l'atto 4. Vai, no? Dov'è che... Beh. Hello?
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Ma se questa resurrezione dello Scarlet King in realtà sia tutta una farsa per fare in modo che le persone credano che Scaramuccia diventi un dio. Perché è quello che stanno cercando di fare in Accademia, no? Lo stanno cercando di trasformare in un dio. Però perché? Cioè, qual è il guadagno dell'Accademia nel fare questa cosa? Non crea contrasto poi tra i fan dello Scarlet King e i fan di Kusanali? Non ci sono problemi, guerre, robe del genere? Perché potrebbe darsi una cosa del genere, no? Può essere che vogliano utilizzare Scaramuccia come nuovo Scarlet King. Potrebbe essere molto fattibile.
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Oh, merda.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
Questo era un Who Are You decente, non con quello
My
che...
patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Che figo.
Yeah, bro, This guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move and he's gonna flay us alive.
Ma arriva a Kansas e dicevo che cacchio stai a fare col mio popolo, ti
Let's
picchio.
not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
A caso.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up. I swear.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall.
Ti pareva.
They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
L'Accademia probabilmente è il vero target del loro odio.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
Ah, cavolo, ecco perché mi sta piacendo anche, sai, no? C'ha i capelli bianchi e gli occhi rossi non tanto, ma arancione e rosso.
I have many ways to
now.
stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Ecco dove dice questa frase, era nel trailer.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
Let's scare Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Meno male che non siamo uno dei tuoi nemici. Per ora.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
Beh, urla.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isaac!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Oh no. Oh no, dobbiamo seguirlo sul serio. Più o meno. Ti butto di sotto, Isaac. Scusa. Andiamo. È quella la casa di tuo nonno?
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Ma lui sta navigando nella sabbia. Guarda che linee lunghe che fa. Raga, ha smesso. Non so cacchio vive, scusami, nulla cosa. Vabbè, non ho visto la casa, va bene.
Oh, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
In una tenda?
There sure isn't much here.
Cos'è questo odore? Un incenso?
No.
Ma come? Non c'hai il potere del naso di un cane?
Incense?
Oh no.
Please don't say it's the same one as before.
No, ti prego, di
But are
nuovo.
you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tighnari saved the day! And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tighnari?
Sì.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Sì.
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Ma non farlo.
Wait, surely Tighnari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need.
Ah, cacchio.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tighnari's house?
Nope.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Perché ci siamo separati? Non è mai una buona idea separarsi. Ma dove cacchio va? Va. Isaac.
Oh, where did...
No? No? Ti impedisco di camminare. Scansa. Oh. Ho visto le impronte, sai no? Ma le ho viste 2 volte perché la prima non andava bene.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes.
Scusami.
This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
But who would come looking?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Oh no.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just this— Hey! What's—
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their mind, even deep within the clutches of—
No.
So someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
Sì, però chi gliel'ha dato l'incenso? L'incenso è dell'Accademia.
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my grandpa. Grandpa's
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's
Però
head to
non le
Aru
detto lo
village and
riporteremo
inform
almeno.
Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Ok. Ok, quindi usano l'incenso che fa impazzire Lumine, impazzire, la fa svenire, e le fa vedere i draghi, le divinità e le scaramucce, per portare via i Mad Doctors qui. Ciao Sakuna, benvenuto! Come va, come stai?
The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice too.
Ok.
We're back, Candace!
Sto parlando di
We've got a lot
vestiti.
to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Ciao.
Sounds like
Bene,
everyone's
sto
friends
stanchino.
already.
Vediamo come va questa story, questa che è un Archon questo.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Comunque lei parla un miscuglio tra Beidou e Xinyan.
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
Alhaitham non so che fine abbia fatto,
We
Ciccia.
haven't seen him at—
Huh.
Che ti pareva?
I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful?
Abbiamo scoperto tutto.
I see.
Oh, dal microfono.
So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
Ma abbiamo detto anche del Scarlet
The
King.
resurrection of the Scarlet King?
Ah, sì, ok.
First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall.
Oh no, ci stanno ascoltando.
Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires
appunto, è
that
stata
kind of effort.
l'Accademia.
It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
Quello ci sta ancora continuando ad ascoltare lì nell'angolino.
And search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook.
Aspetta, abbiamo parlato con Jabari prima. Quindi sta facendo finta di essere una buona persona.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the Academia.
Ah, l'ha visto.
Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Praticamente credono nella resurrezione del Re Scarlatto, ma l'incenso è qualcuno che gliel'ha dato dall'Accademia, perché è impossibile farlo nel deserto, sarebbe un sacco incasinato.
Yeah, you're amazing!
Che succede? Perché non ti sta facendo winking, non era un occhiolino, stava semplicemente battendo gli occhi più volte.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb.
Soprattutto dall'uscita di prima.
Has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Ok.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebat with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Anche se non si fida nessuno di te. E questi ci hanno spiato. Magari è solo una trappola. Brava Dia. È strano Dia, però. Come no. Grazie per il follow, Sakuna.
Sino, please don't take offense. I'm sure Dia just wants to help everyone solve their problem as quickly as possible. That's why she can be so straightforward at times.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see. Well, from the way you were staring out into the distance, I thought you might have been mulling over Dia's words.
No, I'm used to being treated that
Poraccio,
way.
però, che vita
It's natural
brutta.
to fear strength. I take no objection to it.
Ok. You're cute. Vi dichiaro marito e moglie. Sono proprio dritti precisi. Voi. Vino sembra. Niente, non ha suonato. E non dico
Sino.
I don't mind.
Ah, I...
No, it's natural to...
Ma lui è una guardia del villaggio, ma è vecchissimo. Capisco sarà un villaggio per vecchi, però allo stesso tempo... Dubbio foto, esatto. Le foto risolvono tutto. Solo che non so se c'ho voglia di iniziare un'altra parte di capitolo. Perché sono in live da un po'. Non lo so, non so se fermarmi qui in realtà. Ah, c'è questo nuovo. Devo imparare. Mi sa che mi fermo un attimo qua. Non lo so, non so se voglio andare. Inizio a essere stanca, sì, infatti. Vecchio bambina con la cintura, oh no! Oppure con la ciabatta, te la lancia dietro e ti centra tantissimo. Infatti che ore sono? 18. Ho spedito un attimino, il gatto mi ha distratta. E praticamente l'abbiamo scoperto che hanno portato via quelli pazzi tramite l'incenso che hanno usato per far svenire Lumine, incontrare la divinità, incontrare l'albero, incontrare Scaramuccia, eccetera. E quindi nel deserto nessuno produce l'incenso, quindi probabilmente c'è qualcuno all'interno delle mura che gli sta dando una mano. E più ci sono state varie voci sulla risurrezione dello Scarlet King, eccetera. Ci sta sta roba qua. Adesso mi dice di tornare a Caravan Ribat, però sinceramente sono stanca, quindi non penso di continuarla adesso l'Archon Quest, però figo. E niente, ci sono questi due che sembra che stanno per sposare, perché sono precisi davanti l'altare, lungo questa strada. Sono un po' simmetrici, non stanno perfettamente precisi, questa cosa mi dà fastidio. Però, è vero. Il gattino carino. Però se diciamo che questa è la trama. E Saino è molto figo, anche perché si è tipo fatto dire tutto da delle persone che stanno parlando dello Scarlet King in disparte. E niente, si è mezzo trasformato e è stato figo. Anyway. Viva Anubi! Cosa? Tra l'altro Anubi, se non sbaglio, era proprio il giudicatore, no? Quello che ti diceva, tu puoi andare nella sorta di paradiso, tu devi andare nella sorta dell'inferno, no? Quindi ci sta che Saino giudichi in questo caso, dato che si ispira principalmente a lui. Anyway, penso di non continuare, praticamente dobbiamo andare con Deia a cercare informazioni perché lei conosce le persone. E quindi sì. Quindi mi sa che chiudo qui la live perché tanto è dalle 9 che ho iniziato e si è fatta una certa, diciamo. Potrei continuare ma dopo mi stanco troppo per domani, quindi... Ci vediamo giovedì sera alle 21. Sakuna, dato che tu sei nuovo, ti dico che io faccio live il lunedì e il giovedì alle 21. Tutte le settimane, il più delle volte. Nuovo, ok. Quindi sì, è questa la cosa. Quindi vi saluto e ci vediamo giovedì. Non so che cosa faccio, dipende se sono stanca o meno. Magari posso anche disegnare un po', vediamo. Alla prossima nel caso. Notte, ciao! E seguitemi sui social. The scenery is wonderful, ragazzi.